Hi, it's Russell from Blizzard Entertainment. Welcome to Spoil Everything, and we are here to talk about Overwatch and Blizzard music and everything Blizzard and video games. Please enjoy. Am I supposed to use this?
Yeah.
Hello, test 1, 2, 3. Ooh, see, I'm a sound guy. We like our sound. Hi, welcome. My name is Russell Brower, and I'm the Senior Director of Audio and one of the composers at Blizzard Entertainment. And I'd like to welcome you to this special edition of Video Games Live, where not only do we have Blizzard segments in the show, but we're going to celebrate with one of them, our newest franchise, which is Overwatch. So, hope you enjoy it, and I'll tell you a little bit more about stuff. I'll take a seat. Feel free to relax. So, we have a new game. It's funny, if you're familiar with Blizzard's products, we've been known for many years for franchises involving Warcraft, Starcraft, and Diablo, and more recently Hearthstone. But even Hearthstone is based in the Warcraft universe. So what we wanted to do was create a brand new franchise with new characters, new backstories, and a new gameplay style. So we're really excited to talk about Overwatch and the music and this show. So Overwatch, just to give you the briefest of overviews, it is a very stylized team-based shooter, and it takes place on planet Earth, but it's kind of not so far in the future that it's unrecognizable and hard to grasp. It's an accessible near-term future with a high-tech edge to it, and you can pick in any one match. You can play as one of these heroes, of which I believe there's like 21, and you can try them all because they all have different abilities, and learn them all so that you can know what to do if you're playing one kind of hero and up against a different kind. And my team, which is the Blizzard Sound team, which there are composers, voiceover directors, and sound designers, and people who work on the sound for our cinematics and everything. Our job is to bring sound and depth and everything to this world and make it feel more believable. You know, we hear all our lives when we talk about art and literature and things like that, we hear about willing suspension of disbelief. When you just, even though the world, you're looking at it on a screen and it's in a box, you accept it and you want to explore it, and you want to meet up with your friends in real life who are also in the game and have these fun, friendly matches, in this case, working as teams, and it's really fun. We like to make the kind of games that we want to play ourselves. So that's what we've done, and my team likes to make music and sound that we want to hear. So, and then what brings us here tonight is there's this show, Video Games Live. It's been around for about 12 years. They tour all over the world, do over 40 shows a year these days, which is a lot. In fact, they have a world record for the longest running and the highest number of shows of this genre, which is celebrating video game music and helping to remind people that while video games, at the heart of them, it's got to be a great game. We say at Blizzard, gameplay first, and that's absolutely true. It has to be fun and compelling. But now, games have become art, and that shows up, I think, a lot in the music. I think we've been used to beautiful imagery for a long time in games, but in the last several years, the music and sound have come a long way. So Tommy Tallarico created this show to celebrate that, and Blizzard has been proudly a part of it since the very beginning. The first concert was at the Hollywood Bowl, which is a very famous and prestigious arena in the United States, and holds almost 12,000 people, and on the very first show just about sold it out, and that was impressive. So And they've been going strong ever since. And every year they add new material to the show. And one of the things that I've pledged to do as far on behalf of Blizzard is just to be sure that every year we provide new material for the show. So it's always fresh, and when it comes back to a town, like I was here in Monterey year before last at the baseball stadium, and we did a big show. And so we're doing different material, and in fact, again, bringing it back to Overwatch. This is a world premiere tonight of this, I should say the second, because we were in Mexico City last night. But this is a big first to show you the Overwatch launch trailer, but accompany it live with real live players playing this music. So it's a really special thing. So that's why we're here, and love to chat with you, answer any questions you have about any of that stuff. Is there anything you'd like to add before I go on? Okay, well, we're good.
Podemos proceder ahora si tienen algunas preguntas, a una pequeña ronda de preguntas. Y nos vamos otorgando el turno por orden.
What is the name of the new game?
The new game is called Overwatch, and it's, I think I I forgot to mention, it is the first new Blizzard franchise in, is it 20 years, almost?
Almost 20 years.
Almost 20 years, so that's pretty cool.
In regards to being like the lead composer for Overwatch, I mean, there are a bunch of characters, like 21 characters, and specifically in video games, characters usually have their own themes. So, do they have their own themes, and was it hard to actually identify with the personality of each of the different characters?
First off, I want to give a shout out to the actual music director of Overwatch, which is my colleague, Derek Duke, and he's doing an incredible job. And he's just mad at work getting the music worked on for our eventual release. But to answer your question, I'd say when the idea that each character would have a theme, yes, but I would broaden the definition of theme to mean not just necessarily music, but actually the entire sonic imprint that character has, the sonic identity of that character. So given that this is a team-based shooter, there's a lot of really cool sound design that's going on. Paul Lackey from my group is heading that up, and it's each character, each hero has his or her own special abilities, and they don't just sound cool. They register in your ear. You'll eventually know, if you play each hero, which one is around the corner preparing to make life really inconvenient for you. And so that's the most important thing. There is music occasionally with some of the heroes as part of what they do. But I would say during a match, the music's more about making you feel just embedded in the action and getting you just excited to, especially like maybe you get a setback and you want to like dive back in the game and kind of get you up on your feet and going again. Or it might be representing the locale you're in, which is heavily themed to different parts of the Earth in the near future.
Thanks.
Did you get inspired in another Blizzard franchise to make the music for Overwatch?
This time we wanted to start from scratch, and it's there's an old saying that when you start from scratch, it's like having that blank piece of paper that you want to fill with a new idea, and that can be kind of a frightening place to be in, because when that you have at the same time infinite possibilities, but like where do you start? So I'm really proud of the team because they tried several things, but we didn't announce anything until we felt we had hit that right combination where we thought it was fun and compelling and that it would be timeless. Because if you think about it, Blizzard games are still being played and are available to be purchased or subscribed to or whatever for many, many years. People are still playing Diablo 2. World of Warcraft just turned 11. This is a long time in game years. So we would not want Overwatch to be any less compelling and special, and hopefully inspire a new generation audience to check it out and maybe try something different.
Thank you.
Adelante.
Why Overwatch? What's the reason to be called the Bull?
The name?
Yeah.
What's in a name? Well, I'm gonna suggest that tonight, when you watch and listen, you will find the answer, because that story is told in the music and the bit of story that's happening in this trailer. So you find out something about the origins of Overwatch, and I think it'll make sense why it's called that. So I'll defer to the actual performance.
Adelante.
Well, you said that the Overwatch is based on Earth. Does certain ethnic music is viewed or no? It's listened, or it's part of the game, like maybe some Arabian kind of music in a desert kind of place or something like that.
In a very highly stylized fashion, yes. The whole game is very stylized. If you think about how World of Warcraft has a painterly look, I'm not going to try and describe what Overwatch looks like, but it does not look like World of Warcraft and or Diablo or StarCraft. And in doing so, as we've crafted each area you play in, if we can sort of tap into our collective subconscious of what we think an area should sound like, we might weave something in there. So there's, but I wouldn't call it. It's not like historically accurate or anything. It's more like what a filmmaker would do with trying to describe the mystique or the unknown legends of a space.
¿Alguien más?
How much people enjoy this show in the world?
I don't know the exact answer to that, except that he does, Tommy and his show do hold more than one Guinness Book of World Records record for this. So it's in the millions for sure. And I've been thrilled because I've been able to travel all over the world and guest conduct these things. And so since in Mexico we are doing a special awareness of Overwatch, it seemed like the perfect time to come join in.
Adelante. ¿Tú?
Yep.
Sí.
Well, ever since the first trailer of Overwatch came out, I mean, probably this is not going to be, you're not going to be able to answer it because it's probably secret, but it looked a lot.
If you think it's secret, it probably is.
Yeah.
but bring it.
Yeah, I mean, it's, the first impression that it had, Blizzard has this great quality in CGI, and it pretty much looked like a Pixar film, or a very, very detailed thing that most people were interested in. Also, like, hey, if this is a series or if this is a movie, I want to watch it because the characters are pretty cool. So, are there any plans for that, or did you play with that idea for some time?
Well, first off, thank you. I think we would all take something like that supposition as a compliment. Our intention has always been to create games that have as much depth as you care to go enjoy. You can, there are many ways to play World of Warcraft. You can just stay on the surface and level up. You can be a raider, or you can be a completist or maybe go for achievements. Or if you want to dive into the lore, it's there. And Overwatch is no different. There are backstory and origins for each hero, and for the world and why it is how it is as it's depicted. And some of that will be made apparent in what you see tonight. And as far as future plans, we always want to be sure that what we do is timeless enough and deep enough that we can have it live beyond the games. But outside that, I'm going to no comment.
Yeah, but one good thing is that like BlizzCon, we announced we're gonna have some animated shorts for Overwatch. So
Actually, we're going to have some animated shorts.
Yeah.
Oh.
Adelante.
I have a question, I don't know if you can answer it. There's a TV show called Arrow, and one female character have a nickname Overwatch. Is there a relation with Blizzard on the name?
I can't imagine so, and I'm not familiar with the show, so. But that's not how we roll. We pick things that, you know, we're creating a world, and I use the word timeless a lot because I don't think we would ever want something to remind you of a certain specific space and time, or someone, you know, another TV show or something like that. I mean, if you make a connection and you like that, that's awesome, but that's not how we approach things. So we want to fill that blank piece of paper with something new and special.
Can you talk about the Warcraft movie?
Please.
I hear it's coming out this year.
Okay. That's great. So,
2016, that's for sure.
But tonight you're gonna have some World of Warcraft, right?
I'm sorry, what?
Tonight you're gonna have some more World of Warcraft music.
Tonight, you're going to be.
Oh, yeah, so speaking of World of Warcraft, we are going to do a piece from World of Warcraft tonight called Invincible, which is one of our special pieces that incorporates a lot of Blizzard lore, and so that's pretty cool. And then, while we're not specifically talking about it at the show tonight, the new expansion set Legion is coming soon. So watch this space. That's it.